beautiful morning here in Alert Bay. It's actually fresh snow on the mountains on Vancouver Island again, which is pretty weird this time of year, May 12th. But pretty nice for us since we're heading north to get going skiing. Hopefully it's been doing the same up in Alaska. Taking care of some chores, waiting for laundry, including doing a little bit of sail work here. I'm just going to put some of the sailcloth over here and tape it on, and we'll sew it on if we need to later, but I think it'll stick just fine. Definitely the kind of sailing we've been doing has exposed a few spots on the UV, the sacrificial UV cover, that it was a bit weak, that I never noticed down in the Gulf Islands, since we don't get much harsh weather like we do up here. So yeah, I'll sew this up and fix that stuff up, and then we'll get going. The flood tide's starting shortly, and there's some breeze around. Looks like northwest, but we'll take what we can get and get north. So we're just heading up Broughton Strait, approaching the northern end of Malcolm Island and out in Queen Charlotte Strait, and we're getting little squalls here. Been pretty fun sailing, pretty fast mostly, a couple of lulls between squalls and skulls. Yeah, and Ellis is being a champ out in the hail currently. Yeah, cruising. Cruising in Queen Charlotte Strait, south of Port Hardy. It's been a sporadic wind day with winds coming up to probably 20 knots at times and then subsiding to 5 and then back and forth with little squalls around here and some rainbows and stuff. So chilly day, does not feel like almost the middle of May. It feels like early April or something, and there's fresh snow on the mountains behind us here. But we are making use of this wind and heading north. We were going to head up to Hearst Island tonight, but the wind has totally died. It started coming back a little bit now, but so instead we're going to head into Beaver Harbour right near Port Hardy for the night, and then have a bright and early start and likely head for Cape Caution tomorrow. Sou'wester, man. Sou'wester. Cruising up towards Gordon Channel on our way to Cape Caution. We've just left the anchor at about 6 a.m. and it's pretty nice out here. It's just a nice sort of southeasterly breeze, supposed to be southerly, picking up to 20 to 30 knots but on Environment Canada, but it looks more like 20 knots according to Windy and Predict Wind and a few other models. So we're gonna go have a look. If it looks a bit too ridiculous out there, we'll tuck into probably Allison Harbour or just at Hope Island or something, but hopefully we'll get across today, otherwise it looks kind of too calm to have good sailing tomorrow, so we'll see. We are making our way north down Gordon Channel, up Gordon Channel, towards Pine Island, and I'm gonna get ready to go across Cape Caution. Things are looking pretty good. Definitely a good breeze, but it's keeping good sail pressure on, and we're cruising along at near 6 knots most of the way. Our target speed was over 5.5, so this will get us across quicker than we could hope for, so that's fantastic. So far so good. Every time I pass Pine Island while heading north, I feel a deep sense of calm that's combined with great excitement. To me, Pine Island marks where you leave behind the industrial activity and heavy human populations of the south coast and move on to a much more wild and rich part of the Pacific coast and the journey as you head north. Passing Pine Island also commits you to experiencing the ocean's swell and great power of the Pacific Ocean, if only for a few hours. But I love every minute of it. We're past past Pine Island now, passing the Storm Islands on our way towards Cape Caution. About 10 miles to Cape Caution and another 12 or 15 to Cape Calvert in the protected waters up ahead. So far so good. It's definitely bumpy out here, but nothing we can't manage. We've just got the full jib out and is pulling us along at about 6 knots steadily. So we should cross here pretty fast. Past Cape Caution now, approaching, I guess, Egg Island's up next, and the right bank is right by us here. It's been pretty steady going, around 6 to 7 knots most of the time. Glad we chose today, instead of tomorrow where we might have been just bobbing around. We're entering Fitzhugh Sound now. We've just passed Cape Calvert, on our way hopefully up towards Hakai today if we keep a wind going. Otherwise there's a few places we can pull over. Up ahead, about 7 miles, 10 miles ahead, there's a few places to anchor. So yeah, pretty delightfully uneventful trip across Cape Caution. Kept going pretty fast. There's a few times where we had to be careful on our steering, but overall it was quite smooth, as this place can be not so smooth. Cruising up Fitzhugh Sound, we just passed Safety Cove, making really good time, so we're going to carry on up to Hakai. Yeah, pretty fun. It's a bit squally. There's a line of squalls behind me here, but I'm hoping I'm going to miss the rain. But here comes some more wind, so I better sit down. Over the next couple hours, squalls came and went and brought lots of wind with them, and we made really good time up to Kwakshawah Channel. And as we rounded that corner, the wind fairly abruptly died and left us to motor sail the last 5 miles or so to Pruth Bay. We're cruising up Kwakshawah Channel towards Hakai Institute in Pruth Bay. The wind has kind of actually died off on us for the first time today now, so we're motoring up here. It's about 4 or 5 miles left to go. So if we end up mooring the whole way, it'll be sort of the longest motor session we've done the whole trip since Cowichan Bay. So we're doing pretty darn good. I think we're still only at 5 or 6 hours of engine time since Cowichan Bay. We've done about 70 miles today, which is by far our biggest day. We've been doing somewhere around max 30 with all that northwesterly wind and tacking we had to do. So yeah, great day, basically all under sail, and just this little stretch here up Kwakshawah Channel, which is often fluky wind, either coming in from the west or not coming in at all. But beautiful day, still snow up on Mount Calvert, I think it's called, from at around only 600 meters above sea level. So the cool spring continues. It feels really cold right now. I don't think it's more than 8 degrees, maybe even 7. It feels really chilly on my hands, even holding the camera right now. We had a very restful evening in Pruth Bay after such a long day making 70 miles. And then the next day we walked out to West Beach and North Beach, which overlooked the Pacific Ocean, not far from the anchorage at all. We spent several hours walking around on these beautiful beaches, as well as through the forests that connect North and West Beach at the northern end of Calvert Island. I always look forward to stopping at Pruth Bay and Calvert Island, and while these beaches are certainly no secret among the cruising crowd, it's pretty rare you ever run into anybody on them. We're here on North Beach on Calvert Island, just exploring around. I really love this area where there's very little separation between forest and ocean. There's trees on the beach and all the driftwood, and looking out into basically the open Pacific out there. Beautiful spot, very little swell today. Coming up next time on Sailing Cedar McLeod, we deal with some really calm weather followed by a pretty fun rough day in Mill Lake Sound. As we approach the inner channels to avoid some incoming storms, the rain reminds us that we are indeed sailing in a temperate rainforest. Thanks so much for watching, and hit subscribe if you've been enjoying this and want to see the next ones coming up.